Hmm. I don't know why this happens each time, but here we are. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We are just waiting to get live on the Instagram. How are y'all doing this morning? Morning, good morning. It's Dr. Z, Greater Self LLC. This morning, I am really, really excited to kind of bring several different things to you all. So I called today like a quarterly review because it totally makes sense. Good morning over in IG. That if you are looking at how you can best manage your time and make, you see that dollar bill take to the wall. We'll have to talk about that some other time. As we look at how you make your time and your money make more sense, being able to look at quarterly what you're doing, how you're doing it, why you're doing it, and where you're at so far as meeting your goals will make a huge difference in how you go about doing the rest of the year, being able to meet goals annually, quarterly, all the things. Oh my gosh, I did not hit record. Well, guess what? You guys get that same intro all over again. Yay. Let me make sure I've even got the speaker going so that, yeah, totally. So good morning again. It's Dr. Z, Greater Self LLC. I am jumping in this morning to share with you guys about quarterly reviews. So this can be on a personal level, professional, and I encourage you to definitely do all the things. Check on the different versions and levels of what things did you set that you wanted to accomplish by the end of the year? How did you break it down in 90-day increments throughout the year? And then when you come back at the end of a quarter, where are you at so far as meeting the goals? Did you make one major one for the beginning of the quarter? Did you get a chance to check in with the folks that are important to you? So that may be family, friends, it may be business partners, it may be even your supervisors if you still are an employee, to make sure that everything you're doing is actually on track so you're not surprised at the end of December and then circle back around to around this time of year, tax time, and you're like, what the heck did I do last year? How did I make the money, spend the money, not remember where I spent it at or how much fun I possibly had, but being able to this year, today, right now, start with how do I want to do it differently? How can I show up and look at what's one major goal or one priority in each of the major components of what you like to work on to make your version of your greater self that you'll be able to track and explore and go over, like I said, 90-day increments. So for myself, I have two businesses and then like my household and then my person, just personally, what I'm doing for me. Some of the things that I looked at, and I have accountability partners across different programs that I'm coaching in. And that's one way that I definitely maintain how I meet quarterly goals is having different coaches, which full transparency and integrity, I owe at least one of them an update on what's happening quarterly right this minute. When the request was made, what I was recovering from was birthday activities and what that looks like. That this year I recognized the cool thing about when my birthday falls is it's the end of a quarter, which is a great time to take a break anyways. Last year, I took a break around my birthday and actually gifted myself leaving a particular job. This year, I left a particular agency. So each first quarter of the year, there's something that I'm giving up so that I have more space, time, and availability for the rest of this year, as well as what I'm creating for the upcoming years towards the building of my own legacy, of course. So last year, April, left a day job that also meant leaving people I care about that I enjoyed seeing every day. Those memes where you say skipping down the hallway to go talk to my friend when we should be working. Like, I walked away from that comfortability so that I could pursue being in a position right now to be moving offices, which this quarter in my household was another thing that was supposed to happen. I don't know what I was thinking about last year so far as my household. I just needed peace of mind, which meant not having an obligation to 40 plus hours, 7 to 10, service providers that could be on call at any time, and being able to help with really intense clients, plus a private practice, plus running a wellness business, and being the single parent of my household and making sure that I was still taking care of me and my daughter. Was it possible? Yes. Was I okay? Absolutely not. So this year, looking at what's different, this year I chose to stay in town for my birthday. I chose for this quarter to celebrate and give people opportunities to come out and join, which bing, 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 depending on when you hear this, if it's still in the month of April, you definitely have the opportunity to still celebrate as the weeks keep going on. But taking a break around this time of year gives me a chance to look at what's the buildup momentum from January to March. What were the new things I was implementing? Am I clear? Am I continuing forward with them? What are all the things? Physically, one of the goals that I set for myself each year is to get myself into a physical space that I feel like I look good. I looked at the pictures for my birthday, and while the pounds on the scale are coming down, so they're decreasing, I'm still making progress. I can visually see where there's a difference, and some of the things that I've done are taken care of. In my therapy business, what I looked at was decreasing one of the agencies that I worked for that I don't want to say it was the lowest hanging fruit, but there were other opportunities that made more sense that I wanted to be able to give my time to. And fortunately, those clients were in a position where it was time for us to transition anyway. So it worked well, timing wise, to be closing them out, as well as transitioning away from the agency, something that I had been pushing off, but finally made space for. Another thing that I looked at is making sure that while I have definitely enjoyed some abundance, noticing the full difference, and this happened about February, going to one of the masterminds for the coaching programs that I invested in, being able to see the blatant difference in business rich versus personal broke, and starting to make the shifts and the adjustments. And my business is doing well. My businesses are making money. One is making money, one is at least paying for itself. And then going back and looking at personally, does that also match our lineup? And the adjustments that were made or looked at were, okay, this business is making the most money. It's taking care of the bills for the businesses. What about me personally? What about the personal debt that I've incurred that don't have nothing to do with business that I am also exploring and paying off, as well as what's my legacy building looking like? Am I putting myself in a position financially, individually? Again, businesses are making money. What does my personal finance look like, so that I am in a space where not only will my business make money, but me as the individual employee of my businesses will also be able to make money. That leads to what my mental health looks like, my physical health, because when you are worried about money in whatever capacity it is, it really makes it hard to be able to show up and be the best version of yourself. So seeing clients at the same time, as well as trying to plan to go to conferences, which I have still been able to maintain, going to different things for programs that I have paid for and invested in, so that I continue to grow and then take the information back and implement it. So again, making more money is one marker. Being able to actually implement the things that I've learned and ask questions, ask for help, look for support. I've been able to offload some duties such as website stuff or other things to an outside source, that it also frees up my team so that they can be more available to support me with other things, such as this upcoming summit that I'm launching, this Unleashing Your Greater Goddess Vibes, and being able to really embody your feminine energy and how you can be the CEO of you. Doing that is not effortless, but it does require me having time and clarity to be able to keep following through on it. So each quarter that you're looking at doing something different, professional and personal, you still have to give it time. You still have to give it energy. There's still a necessity to sit down in a quiet space, get some peace so that you can determine what is my current focus? How do I want to go about pursuing it? And who is it that I'm doing this for? So how you show up still continues to make a difference. Some of you may also know, as of this point of listening to this podcast or checking out the YouTube video, partnering with other people that I have met through different coaching programs and that collaboration of professionalism, I was able to become an international bestseller as a co-author of the Create Life book. Yeah, you should totally check it out. There's a whole ton of really great information inside of there, but that only happened from me being able to take time, even within the 90 days, to get quiet, to seek information from mentors, to also make sure that it aligns with my gut and that I'm doing things that make sense for me, and then putting it on paper to make sure it makes sense number-wise and time-wise. Would it have maybe been a better idea to not take everything on? Absolutely. There's definitely spaces to decrease the amount of things that I'm invested in, but in the interim, I already did, so why not go for it? Hence, boom, international bestseller, boom, hit the big 4-4, which is a year and a number of completion. If you're into neurology or any of those things, just look up what like 444s may mean or how that stuff looks. Got to spend more time with my family and in our household, like I said, move rooms around, crafting and shaping my body, ensuring that working out is important. And it is one of the things that happens routinely almost every day, even though I may not share it. And that's an area for this next quarter. You guys will see if I'm doing it effectively or not. I'll allow you all to hold me accountable. I'm actually showing the stuff that happens behind the scenes. But I'm showing what goes into being able to show up online, what goes into being able to put out and open up space to do more cohorts. Who's going to be a part of the next Greater Therapist Vibes when that availability is open next month? Wink, wink. And that's just to be able to start. There's more that goes into just seeing a pretty post. Amazing team members make those posts for me. Like, I have great ideas, and the problem is reining those in and breaking it down into incremental things like, okay, for each great idea, how are you going to handle that and do that? What's that going to take? Who do you need to ask to help you? How do you need to go about getting that support? And then what's going to allow you to actually be successful and keep showing up and keep doing it, as well as maintain all the other things that you've already committed to, and constantly reevaluate what can you let go of to make room or space for rest, relaxation, reclamation, just being able to get back to you. Hey, and giving yourself a real opportunity to check out what have I accomplished, and did you document it so that you don't forget? A lot of times we do really awesome things and then we totally forget about it because it's so regular and so frequent that we forget to take a moment and really just embrace what was something awesome you did. And I challenge you all, if you're listening to this, to drop in the chat, send the message later, but what's at least 3 really awesome things that you've done over the course of the past 3 months that if no one asked you about it, hey, Alicia, if no one asked you about it, you wouldn't even bring it up. You wouldn't even share it. And a coaching call yesterday, I dropped a bunch of wins and then I literally forgot, like, I think maybe half of them when they were like, okay, now share it with everyone. Blank, completely forgot. Write down your wins as they're happening, and they don't have to be massive, huge ones so much as they just need to be a win for you. That could be saying no to the position that you don't actually want. It could be saying yes to spending time with friends and hanging out and just taking a break from your norm. It could be saying yes to going to sleep early, or trying a new workout, a new restaurant, or buying a new shirt. but give yourself that space and permission to really write down what you have done for yourself, as well as be okay with setting a goal, possibly not meeting it, and being able to assess, well, what did or didn't work so that I can come back and make adjustments and give it another chance to wholeheartedly try out what improvements may be functional and work. Just wondering at this point, any questions? Oh, good evening from Kenya. Okay. I love it. People jumping in from different countries over here. I appreciate the love and support. I'm wondering for you all, what's 1 to 3 things that you've accomplished just since 2023 has started that feels kind of good on the inside? What things are you also considering continuing because, again, that went really well. You like the way it felt. So yeah, you're going to keep it moving. I totally have a second to take a sip of tea. Well, if there aren't any other things, I do want to give a quick recap and remind you all each 90 days is the opportunity to set a new goal and a new opportunity. So look at from a personal and professional basis and environmental, and then even down to yourself individually. So when I say personal, I mean like family, friends, like things like that. And then individual, that's like literally the you thing. So that's, what are you doing with your mind? Are you feeding yourself? Are you giving yourself new information? Are you investing in a coaching program? Are you reading new books? Are you just actually looking at your finances? What are you doing with your body? Do you have any physical goals? Are you choosing to continue to maintain the workouts or ways that you move your body? Are you adding something new? Are you taking something away? Are you getting rest? Are you hydrating? Looking at the self, what are some of the internal growth things that you're willing to try? That may look like setting boundaries. It may look like being intentional about where you're spending your time, how and who with, so that you can actually get what you're looking for out of it. On a personal basis, it may be, personal, family, friends, your household. It may look like, are you spending time intentionally with the people that you love? How are you showing them your level of care for them and holding space for them to be a part of what really is going well for you in life? Professionally, it may look like, where are you spending your time and is it producing the dollars that you want it to? Are you doing $10 task when you're worth $200 to $500 an hour? Are you getting help or support? Are you saying no to the opportunities that aren't even in line with you anymore? Like, it worked when it worked, it was awesome, and now something's different. Like, I think this is like difference maker on my shirt if you can see it in its entirety. But are you making a difference for yourself first, so that you have the opportunity and capacity to be able to do that in the way that you show up and share your gifts in the world too? And when you look at doing that from maybe an annual basis and break it down by quarter, it allows things to be more doable. That week by week, you have the opportunity to impact and affect change. I'm ending my work week early so I can spend time with family and friends and self-care. That sounds like free by 5 on Fridays to me. Your Friday might look like a Thursday or a Wednesday so that you can totally have time to yourself. If you all subscribe to the newsletters, you definitely get tips weekly and just different things to incorporate and explore. That could be a part of how you're investing in yourself. Sign up for a free newsletter where you do get information weekly on how you can be free by 5 so that you're creating a version of freedom that works for you, as well as going back and listening to these podcasts, going to the YouTube channel, checking out whether it's tea or coffee for the day, signing up for free workshops. Like I said, there's an upcoming summit. There may even be a request for speakers on, I think the topics we're still looking for potentially are, what was it? I think finance was one, and potentially sexual or sensuality. confidence. You know a person that knows a person and wants to just share some of their gifts, by all means, hit us up, send us a message. Feel free at any time to text us at 626-722-5661. Oh, yeah, our topics for the summit, just so you all know. Mindset and self-discovery, relationships and communication, business strategies and growth, health and wellness, spiritual growth and connection, finances, personal and business, and then sensuality and sexual confidence. Those are the things you can be looking forward to learning and hearing more about next month, as I'll be inviting tons of expert speakers to come and share some of their gifts with you all. Again, I want to be able to help people have access to more folks. So if you're looking for any info on any of those things, instead of just hearing from me, which I know a bunch about a bunch, why not hear from some folks that have deemed themselves the experts in the field, and they live, breathe, and do the things that we will be sharing about and talking about. I think we have a link probably where you can sign up about it. And if not, by all means, definitely check out the newsletter so that you don't miss any info. And if you even found yourself in a space where you're like, you know what, I think I want to share some info. You've got a nice sized audience, by all means, feel free, hit me up. We will be scheduling to meet with folks as of this week. So don't wait too long. Hate for you to miss the opportunity to contribute to a pretty awesome, epic goddess event. Well, and that doesn't exclude men, but it does need to be specific to women. That's all I'll say about that. Well, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I totally look forward to seeing you all later. Well, enjoy your day, and I will see y'all around. Bye.